On a day where it feels more like we should be starting spring training for baseball, we'll have ladies basketball tonight here on Audio Sports Online. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to high school basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Ladies taking the court tonight as the Zionsville Eagles have traveled to Hamilton Southeastern to take on the Royals here on ASO. Before we have varsity action scheduled at around 7:30, the junior varsity will take the court here just in a few moments. And for Hamilton Southeastern, we have quite a few changes on the roster as a couple of players bringing up from the freshman ranks are listed on the roster. So we'll do our best to try to keep you abreast of that as this contest goes on. Let's go ahead and give you our starting lineups. First off, for the Zionsville Lady Eagles, the JV coach is Terry Dickerson. He'll have a lineup that will consist of a pair of guards and three forwards. Starting at one guard is a 5'5 freshman, Sydney Blake. The other guard is also a 5'5 freshman, Jody O'Byrne. At forward, a 5'6 freshman, Olivia Kimbrough. At forward is a 5'6 freshman, Tegan Dunning. And at forward, a 5'10 junior, Becky Miller. So the backcourt for Coach Dickerson's JV Eagles will be Blake and O'Byrne. And up front, it'll be Kimbrough, Dunning, and Miller. Those are the starting five for the JV Lady Eagles. For the Hamilton Southeastern Lady Royals, the JV coach is Scott Richards. His lineup will consist of a three-guard lineup. Starting at one guard will be a 5'5 freshman, Alexa Jenkins. The other guard is a 5'5 freshman, Katie Myers. The third guard is a 5'9 freshman, Caitlin Clement. At forward, a 5'8 freshman, Anna Murling, and the other forward is a 5'11 freshman, Elena Adejua. So once again, for the Royals, Jenkins, Myers, and Clement make up the backcourt. In the front court is Murling and Adejua. And those are the starting five for the JV Royals, as the Lady Royals and the Lady Eagles on a warm Saturday evening. Rain is scheduled to hit through the area, but no worries here in Hamilton Southeastern High School. As we get ready for ladies basketball on ASO, pull up a chair. Hope you enjoy tonight's contest as we have the JV and the varsity game. Varsity game follows at around 7:30 right here on ASO. As we wrap up another week in January, as the girls' schedules for both schools winding down. Only about 5 or 6 games remain in both schedules before sectional action tips off the beginning of February. So both teams getting ready. Freshman squads are just about have completed their season. That's why we're starting to see more and more freshmen show up on these rosters. As head coach Scott Richards talks to his team over to your left, the Royals will be in the white and the Lady Eagles will be in the green as we get ready for basketball here on ASO. It will be Elena Adejua jumping center against Becky Miller. And we are ready for basketball. Slow arriving crowd here at Hamilton Southeastern for a Saturday evening. And as the preliminaries are now out of the way, everybody waits for the referee to hit the center jump circle and toss the ball into the air. It is Miller and Adejua jumping center. Ball's in the air, and the tip is controlled by the Royals. Jenkins gets it down low to Anna Murling. Her shot's no good, and it'll be the Eagles. They get their first possession just underway here at Hamilton Southeastern. Man-to-man defense applied by Southeastern as Olivia Kimbrough gives it off now. This is Tegan Dunning up top to Sydney Blake. Blake to Jody O'Byrne to Miller. Miller tucks it back up top to O'Byrne, and Byrne will give it to Blake. They feed down low into the blocks. Miller, nice little turnaround move, gets underneath Elena Adejua. And Becky Miller has the first 2 points of this game, and that belongs to the Eagles. Now the Eagles with some full court pressure. They get the ball in the hands of Anna Murling, tied up on the sideline with 4 Eagles surrounding Anna. And that's going to cause JV Royal coach Scott Richards to call an early timeout with just a little more than 53 seconds gone in this first quarter. The Eagles with a 2-0 lead. My name is Brian Scott. Glad you could join us for ladies basketball here on audiosportsonline.com. Want to remind fans that all of our games that we do as video webcasts are available via ASO's YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, audiosportsonline.com, and all of our video webcast archives will be located there. Post them on Facebook, share them via Twitter, email them to friends and family, all courtesy of audiosportsonline.com. Royals look to inbound. It's stolen away by Becky Miller on the inbound. She tried to feed it down low to O'Beirne, but O'Beirne can't handle it. And coming away with the basketball is Katie Myers. Myers right side to Caitlin Clement. Back up top, and Katie Myers will set up the offense. Man-to-man defense being employed by the Eagles as Alexa Jenkins right side. Anna Muirling three is on its way. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound controlled by Sydney Blake of the Lady Eagles. 2-0 Zionsville with the lead, just underway in the early minutes of the first quarter. Three ball on the way by Tegan Dunning is good from the right wing, and Zionsville extends their lead to 5-0. A 1-2-2 press, and Royals having some trouble passing the basketball as Katie Myers unable to get a hold of that one. Anna Muirling will take a seat, and Megan Whitty is now in for Coach Richards. 5-0 in favor of the Lady Eagles. Junior varsity action here on Audio Sports Online. As dribbling the basketball, Jody O'Beirne goes right side to Blake, back to O'Beirne at top of the key, guarded by Alexa Jenkins, back to Blake. Blake directing the offense, right-hand dribble, picks it up, gives it to Dunning, who will hand it back to Blake. Sydney Blake from the free throw line, shot is up, shot is good. Eagles shooting very well here to begin this first quarter. They lead 7-0, and once again, the 2-2-1 press. Katie Myers to Caitlin Clement. Back to Myers. Myers can't hold on to it. And the ball will go back into the hands of the Lady Eagles. Royals, who frequently employ a full-court press, this time having troubles handling it themselves as the Eagles have the basketball into the hands of Sydney Blake. Blake driving baseline, cut off by Katie Myers. And now here's a steal by Alexa Jenkins. Alexa drives right hand, leaves it short, and Dunning has the rebound for Zionsville. To Blake. Blake tries to feed Becky Miller, but Katie Myers anticipated the pass and stole it. Katie into the front court for Southeastern will set up the offense. 7-0 Zionsville with the lead. 3:16 remains in the first quarter. Alexa Jenkins with a basketball. Right side, this is Megan Whitty. Megan didn't start the season or didn't come out on the team at the beginning of the season. She joined about 4 games in and has become a more integral part of this JV squad. Pass goes to Megan on the left wing. She tries to force it into Jenkins. It's tipped and stolen away as Jody O'Beirne brings it into the front court. Goes left side, Sydney Blake. Blake just in front of the arc, short off the front of the rim. Chasing down the rebound is Dunning, and she will give it up to O'Beirne. O'Beirne right side to Dunning at the wing. Gets around a screen, pops the jumper. Shot no good. Rebound comes down to Megan Whitty. Megan, right side, is stopped. Gives it to Jenkins. 3-ball on the way. That's off the back of the iron. No good. Ball is loose. Tegan Dunning and Katie Myers tie it up, and the held ball will have the possession arrow favoring Southeastern. Substitution for the Eagles, taking over for Tegan Dunning. We'll have to see as that ball goes out of bounds. And the Royals will trigger it into Katie Myers. Myers cut off by Olivia Kimbrew. Throws it back to Megan Whitty. Whitty running the point right now. Jenkins curls over on the left side. Instead, Whitty to Myers. Myers finds Elena Adejua. Elena's shot no good. But a whistle will stop play, and we'll have a foul called against the Eagles. Becky Miller will pick up her first, team first, as the first whistle of the contest. The Dedua at the line. Elena too strong. That's off the back iron. Elena, who has had at times some problems at the free throw line, had an excellent game at McCutcheon last Saturday. This one is high, no good, but coming down with a rebound is Caitlin Clement. Driving the lane is Megan Whitty, but it's stolen away by Kimbrew. And the Eagles come the other way with Jody O'Byrne into the front court. 7-0. Eagles with the lead. 1:39 left to go first quarter. Ball is into the hands of Becky Miller. She throws down low looking for Kimbrew. And whistle will stop play as the first foul against the Royals will be called. And it will go against Megan Whitty. Olivia Kimbrew at the line to shoot a pair. Hits first to two. As we mentioned, we have a whole bunch of changes as far as uniform numbers and roster moves for this JV Royals squad. Second free throw is no good, but unable to control the rebound is Caitlin Clement. Tegan Dunning comes back in. She'll take over for Sydney Blake. 8-0. Eagles with the basketball and the lead, as they will trigger the inbound as Jody O'Byrne gets it into the hands of Jessica Siemens. Siemens to Dunning. Dunning with the basketball. Finds Miller at the right elbow, gives it back to Seamans. Seamans drives left lane, throws it up. Shot partially blocked by Whitty, but Miller's able to get the rebound and kick it out to O'Byrne. She will give it to Tegan Dunning, right side to Seamans. Jessica Seamans with the basketball. Tries to get it into the hands of Jody O'Byrne, and O'Byrne can't handle the pass. It'll go out of bounds and belong to Southeastern. Royals still looking for their first points. As once again, full court pressure employed. They get the ball to Katie Myers. Myers back to Jenkins. Jenkins to Megan Whitty. Whitty, right side, finds Caitlin Clement. Caitlin Clement, one dribble, puts it up, puts it in. So Caitlin Clements puts the Royals on the board, and we apologize for not moving the camera there, and held ball as Katie Myers and Tegan Dunning tied it up. The held ball will belong to the Eagles. Sydney Blake will return for the Lady Eagles. She'll take over for Tegan Dunning. Eagles with a 6-point lead, 51.1 seconds remain. It's actually Southeastern's basketball on the held ball. Katie Myers dribbles, shoot from the right elbow is up. It's no good. Rebound cleared by Jessica Seamans. She will hand it off to Jody O'Byrne. O'Byrne looks over for Jessica, right side, back to O'Byrne. O'Byrne lobs it into Miller. Miller puts up the shot and gets the bucket. Becky Miller with 4 points. It's an 8-point Lady Eagle lead. As once again, Royals look over for this press. Alexa Jenkins tied up. Megan Whitty gets it over to Katie Myers, and Myers will just beat the count into the front court. 13 seconds remain. 3 ball on the way is up and good by Caitlin Clements. Clements with all 5 Southeastern points. Ball is loose. And we're going to have a foul. Thought it went out of bounds off of a Royal, but instead they'll call a blocking foul with 5.1 seconds remaining. It will go against. Well, we'll have to see. I think they meant Caitlin Clements. Shot is long by Seamans, and Sydney Blake's shot no good. I believe it was Caitlin Clements with a foul. They put 0-3 on the scoreboard. There's no 0-3 for the JV Royals, so we'll call it against Caitlin Clements. And Hamilton Southeastern, after a sluggish start offensively, they managed to get 5 points late, and they trail the Lady Eagles of Zionsville by the score of 10-5. This is ladies basketball on audiosportsonline.com. Back at Hamilton Southeastern High School, Brian Scott. High school basketball tonight. The ladies are on the court. Junior varsity action between the Lady Royals of Hamilton Southeastern and the Lady Eagles from Zionsville. It's Zionsville with a 10-5 lead. 4 points from Becky Miller, 3 points from Tegan Dunning. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clements owns all 5 points for the Royals. Substitutions as Brittany Goggins, Kaylee Huppenthal, Mariah Trisky, Alicia Goad, and Chelsea Maxey. And it's Maxey that is able to chase down the loose ball and hand it to Goad. Brittany Goggins with the basketball. Goggins left side, gives it to Huppenthal. Huppenthal for 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Chasing it down is Jody O'Byrne. O'Byrne into the front court. Jessica Seamans feeds it down low into the hands of Olivia Kimbrew. Kimbrew has it stolen away by Mariah Trisky. Into the hands of Brittany Goggins. Goggins into the front court for the Royals, finds Goad. As Alicia Goad, that's Kaylee Huppenthal. Trisky, 4-3, hits it from the top of the key. Mariah Trisky's 3 makes it a 2-point lead for Zionsville, and here's another loose ball. Goggins and Jessica Seamans tie it up. And the possession arrow favors Southeastern. Tegan Dunning back in for the Eagles. She'll take over for Olivia Kimbrew. Royals 10-8 as Goad triggers the inbounds to Goggins. Alicia wearing 10. Drives with the right side, gets baseline, gets cut off, throws it out to Trisky. Back up top, that's Kaylee Huppenthal. Kaylee with the basketball, right side, back to Alicia Goad. Gets a screen from Chelsea Maxey, left side. Brittany Goggins fakes the 3, drives in the lane, and from about 10 feet, Brittany Goggins gets her first bucket. And we are now tied at 10. And this time the pressure gets to Zionsville, and that'll cause Terry Dickerson to call a timeout with 4:34 remaining in the first half. We're tied at 10. This is high school basketball on ASO. Brian Scott back at Hamilton Southeastern High School. Ladies basketball, JV action between the Eagles and the Royals. Zionsville, which had led by a score of 7-0 at one point, now finds himself all knotted up with the Royals at 10 apiece with 4:34 remaining in this first half of play. For Huppenthal and Goggins, who have spent quite a bit of time at the varsity level, they're getting some minutes down here at the JV. And Chelsea Maxey, a freshman, also getting some time. Royals will drop into a 2-3 zone out of the timeout. And the ball is stolen away by Huppenthal. Huppenthal outlets, looks for Goggins. Goggins couldn't hold on to it. And they will say as Jody O'Byrne tried to track down the loose ball, she was on the baseline when she gained possession. So the ball will go back to the Royals. Alicia Goad to trigger the inbound from the baseline. Goad out to Trisky. Trisky for 3 from the top of the key. That's off to the right. Dunning with the rebound for the Lady Eagles. Dunning, left side, driving to the hoop, but not being able to get the bucket is Jody O'Byrne. Chelsea Maxey gets the rebound, and she's knocked down to the floor, and the foul's going to go against Zionsville. Maxey a little hobbling. Sydney Blake will be called for the personal foul against the Eagles, her first team foul, number 2. We're tied at 10. 4 minutes remain in this first half of the junior varsity game. Huppenthal lays it off to Goad. Goad to Trisky, top of the key, right side to Huppenthal. Kaylee with the basketball, picks up her dribble, gives it to Brittany Goggins. Brittany guarded closely by Jody O'Byrne as the Eagles stay in a man-to-man. Now that we have a switch off, as Dunning will take Goggins. Here's Chelsea Maxey to Mariah Trisky. Trisky all alone for 3. Nails the three-point basket. That is what Trisky does very well, is hit those threes, and now a steal. But Chelsea Maxey trying to throw it over to Mariah Trisky, has it taken away by Tegan Dunning. And as Dunning goes up for the basket, we'll have a whistle and a foul against Southeastern. Chelsea Maxey will be called for the personal foul. That's her first, team foul number 3. And Tegan Dunning at the line for a pair. She misses the first of 2. Jessica Seamans will leave, and Olivia Kimbrew will return. One more free throw for Tegan Dunning. That one's short, and the loose ball rebounds controlled by Maxey. She gets it into the hands of Huppenthal. Kaylee with the basketball will bring it into the front court. Left side, she finds Alicia Goad. Goad around a Maxey screen, hands it off to Goggins. Goggins right side, low pass to Huppenthal. Huppenthal around a Trisky screen is now going to be bumped by Jody O'Byrne. For O'Byrne, that's her first, team foul number 3 against the Eagles. Substitutions as Chelsea Maxey departs and Kendall Williams is in for Hamilton Southeastern. Jessica Seamans now in for Zionsville. Southeastern with a 13-10 lead thanks to that Trisky 3. Here's Huppenthal, gets around Blake, but then backs it out. A Goad, right side to Goggins. Goggins around a Trisky screen. Left side to Kaylee, over to Goad in the corner. Goad around a screen from Kendall Williams, misses the shot. Ball is loose, and they will say Kendall Williams touched it last for Hamilton Southeastern, and the ball goes back into the hands of the Lady Eagles from Zionsville. They trail by 3 with 2:35 remaining in this first half of play in the junior varsity game. Into the front court it comes, but it's stolen away as Sydney Blake has it poked away, and now Brittany Goggins bringing it into the front court has it poked away from behind by Blake, but this time it'll stay into the hands of the Royals. 13-10 is our score. 2:25 remains in this first half of play here at Hamilton Southeastern High School. Brian Scott with you on Audio Sports Online. Goad with the inbound. Looks. She finds Brittany Goggins. This is Goggins with the basketball. Left side to Kaylee Huppenthal. Huppenthal around a Williams screen to Goad. Goad for 3 on its way. Came halfway down, comes back out. Rebound by Jessica Seaman. She tries to go right side to give it to Sydney Blake, and as Blake gets the basketball, she's going to be fouled. And the foul will go against Kaylee Huppenthal. Her first, team foul number 4 against the Royals. Backcourt pressure being applied by Southeastern. They get it in the hands of Tegan Dunning. Dunning to Sydney Blake. Blake back to Becky Miller. Miller top of the key, or free throw line, and the free throw line shot is good by Olivia Kimbrew. Olivia now with 3 points. It's a 1-point lead for Southeastern as Alicia Goad gets it into the front court. Goad right side to Goggins. Goggins crossover dribble, drives baseline, leaves it for Williams. She couldn't handle the pass, but there's Alicia Goad to pick up the loose ball to Kaylee Huppenthal. Huppenthal to Goggins. Goggins around a Trisky screen. Throws it down to Kendall Williams. Puts it on the floor. One strong bounce, but can't finish the shot. And now the ball is loose, and trying to save it from going out of bounds is Brittany Goggins. And the ball will go to the Eagles. Elena Adejawa back in for the Royals, as well as Jody O'Byrne as Tegan Dunning takes a seat. 13-12, Southeastern with the lead. Nice inbound play as it goes off of the hands of Jody O'Byrne. A contact made with Adejawa. Adejawa went to the court, but they'll just simply say it went off O'Byrne's hands. They feed it into Jenkins. Jenkins to Huppenthal. Huppenthal to Goad. Pressure applied by the Eagles as Goad looks to get it in the front court. She finds Huppenthal. Huppenthal not going to be able to get it across the timeline before the 10-second call, and Coach Scott Richards calls the timeout with 1:12 remaining in this first half of play. It's Southeastern 13 and the Eagles 12. This is Royals and Eagles basketball on Audio Sports Online. Our next Hamilton Southeastern broadcast will be this Tuesday as the Lady Royals will take on Lawrence North. JV game begins at 6, varsity game at 7:30. For Zionsville, our next broadcast will be Thursday as the Lady Eagles will take to the court. They'll take on the Brownsburg Lady Bulldogs. That's always a big matchup. Currently, Hamilton Southeastern stands atop the HCC standings as Goad gets the basketball and brings it into the front court. Left side, Brittany Goggins around a Williams screen to Huppenthal. Huppenthal down to Goad. Goad looking at a Dedgewell, but double team. Good job by Becky Miller to deny the pass. Miller switches out on Goad. And they'll go left side to Huppenthal as we're under a minute left to go in this first half. Here's Goggins. Shot fake, drives, lays it off with the right hand. It's no good. Dedgewell's rebound and putback is no good. And trying to get the loose ball for the Eagles was Jody O'Beirne, but she can't hang on to it. And the ball goes back to Hamilton Southeastern. 43.1 seconds remain in the first half. 13-12, Southeastern with the lead and the basketball. Dedgewell triggers the inbound to Williams up top. Goggins for three. That's short off the front of the rim, no good. Miller can't get the rebound. Kendall Williams is there, and she gets her first point. And it's a 3-point lead for Hamilton Southeastern. With 26 seconds remaining in the first half. Driving here is Sydney Blake. Her shot no good. Huppenthal has the rebound. Kaylee, left side to Alicia Goad. Goad to Huppenthal, top of the key, right side to Goggins. Goggins around a Williams screen. Gets the ball back on the pick and roll, and as Williams drives toward the hoop, she'll miss the shot but draw the foul with 7.6 seconds remaining in the first half. Becky Miller will be called for her second personal foul, and it is the fourth team foul. Kendall Williams at the line to shoot two. First free throw hits front iron, gets the kind roll. Tegan Dunning back in. She'll come in for Becky Miller, who leaves with 4 points and 2 fouls. Meanwhile, Kendall Williams, who has 3 points and one more free throw on the way. That's too strong off the back iron. No good. Jessica Seamans has it. Long outlet pass to Dunning. Dunning will take it the court. Misses the shot as it hits the bottom of the rim and won't have time to put up another. And we will go to the break with Hamilton Southeastern leading Zionsville by the score of 16-12. You're watching high school basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Welcome back to Hamilton Southeastern High School as we get ready for second half action between the JV Lady Royals of Hamilton Southeastern and the Lady Eagles of Zionsville. Let's give you our first half stats. For the Lady Eagles from Zionsville, 4 points out of Becky Miller, 3 points each from Olivia Kimbrough and Tegan Dunning, and 2 points from Sydney Blake. For the Lady Royals, 6 points from Mariah Trisky from 2 downtown 3-point baskets, 5 points for Caitlin Clements, 3 points for Kendall Williams, and 2 points for Brittany Goggins. Zionsville led 10-5 after the end of the first quarter. Hamilton Southeastern outscored the Lady Eagles 11-2 in the second quarter, and it is a 16-12 Southeastern advantage. So we are ready for second half action as Hamilton Southeastern High School Pep Band is here for the varsity game. To start the second half for the Lady Eagles, it will be Sydney Blake, Jody O'Beirne, Olivia Kimbrough, Becky Miller, and Tegan Dunning. That's their starting five. And for Hamilton Southeastern, it'll be Alexa Jenkins, Anna Murling, Caitlin Clements, Katie Myers, and Elena Adejua. Ball is into the hands of Zionsville as they will begin the third quarter with possession of the basketball. And they moved left to right. Zionsville in the green, Southeastern in the white. Here's a steal by Adejua. And now we'll have a turnover on a traveling violation. So the ball will go back into the hands of Zionsville. Just underway, third quarter, Southeastern with a 16-12 advantage. As getting the ball into the front court was Jody O'Beirne. Now here's a poke away and a steal by Alexa Jenkins. Alexa into the front court, right side. Tries to get the ball in the hands of Katie Myers, but Jody O'Beirne was there to poke it away, but it'll stay in the hands of Southeastern. 30 seconds into the third quarter, we remain at a 16-12 Southeastern advantage. Candy Myers gets the inbound pass from Anna Murling. Myers leaves it off to Alexa Jenkins as Zionsville in a man-to-man defense. As Myers gets it, Sydney Blake came over to try to steal it, but Katie Myers was able to keep the possession. Caitlin Clements, left side, Anna Murling. Murling down low to Adejua. Adejua has her shot blocked by Becky Miller. She'll get it into the hands of Jessica Seamans, who actually has the basketball. It was Seamans getting the start here in the third quarter. Becky Miller from about 12 feet misses very short. Ball will be tied up by Caitlin Clements and Jessica Seamans, and the ball will belong. Well, they will not say it was a held ball. They're going to call Caitlin Clements for the foul. So Caitlin gets called for the personal, and Zionsville has the basketball. Down low to Becky Miller. Adejua keeps her from getting any further into the post, and the Eagles will swing it around. Seamans with the ball, left wing, up top to O'Beirne. O'Beirne has Kimbrough to her right, but she goes left to Seamans. Seamans guarded by Anna Murling. Gets the ball into the hands of Sydney Blake. Blake back to O'Beirne, right wing, picked up by Alexa Jenkins. Lady Eagles being very patient. Here's a drive baseline. Wraparound layup is up and good by Jessica Seamans. And now the pressure comes as the Eagles get it to within 2 at 16-14. And driving baseline and then having it poked out of bounds is Katie Myers as Sydney Blake came over to help defensively. But the ball will stay in the hands of Hamilton Southeastern. A minute 56 into the third quarter, 16-14. The Lady Royals with the advantage. Here's this pass. They were trying to go wing to corner, which usually is not a good idea, and it's stolen by Olivia Kimbrough. Kimbrough into the hands of Jody O'Beirne, and as O'Beirne comes near side, she will lose it out of bounds, and the ball will go back into the hands of Hamilton Southeastern. So another turnover. And the Royals will have the basketball as head coach Terry Dickerson of the JV Eagles sharing a laugh over there in the corner. Meanwhile, Alexa Jenkins has the basketball. Anna Muirling, right wing. She's picked up by Siemens. Muirling, left side, tries to get in the hands of Katie Myers. It'll go off the fingertips of Sydney Blake as she tried to anticipate the pass. But we'll keep it down here in the Royals' end. 3 minutes, 31 seconds in the third quarter. Royals still looking for their first point. Into Adejua. Adejua over to Jenkins on the weak side. It's Jenkins' shot too long. Adejua for the putback. Has it roll off the back of the rim. Ball is tied up down at the baseline. And the possession arrow favors Hamilton Southeastern. Adejua found Jenkins' weak side. Alexa shot well over the basket, and Adejua's rolled off the back rim. Royals have it, still looking for their first points of the second half. Inbound to Adejua, and Elena finishes it off. She has her first points. Now a steal as Caitlin Clements pokes it away from Kimbrough into Alexa Jenkins' hands. Jenkins finds Adejua, loses it for a minute, has it partially blocked by Miller. Adejua gets the rebound, goes back up. Miller once again with a block, but this time gets part of Elena's arm. For Becky Miller, that's her third personal foul, and Adejua at the line where she is 0 for 2. But she hits that one. Tegan Dunning will come in for Becky Miller, and Alexa Jenkins will sit down as Elena Adejua's second shot, no good, coming away with a rebound. As into the game now is Anna Gritter, making her first appearance in the JV game. Gritter, 14. This is Siemens with the basketball. Top of the key, trying to get her. Muirling goes in front of the screen. They feed down low, but the passes attempt was to try to get it down to Olivia Kimbrough. Jody O'Byrne's pass is wide, and here's the Royals. Gritter left side to Muirling. Muirling around the Clements screen. Free throw line finds Adejua. Adejua goes up strong. She won't get the bucket, but she's going to draw the foul. Jody O'Byrne will be called for her second, and Adejua's back at the line. Elena 1 for 4. And that one will get a bit of a chuckle as she missed it by about 2 feet. One more free throw as Olivia Kimbrough departs. And Ellen Leahy is in. That second one is also short, and coming away with it is Jessica Siemens. Siemens down the left side. Gives it to O'Byrne at the right wing as they move it around. Mariah Trisky also into the lineup now for the Royals. They get it to Dunning. It's poked away and stolen by Anna Gritter. Gritter loses it briefly, but they'll say it went off of the Eagles' Sydney Blake. And the basketball will belong to Hamilton Southeastern, up by 5 with 2:04 remaining in this third quarter. 2-2-1 press right now by the Eagles. Gritter right side to Myers. Myers finds Anna Muirling, and Muirling gets it into the front court. Anna, though, loses the basketball in the free throw lane, stolen away by Tegan Dunnan, and we'll have a whistle, and it will go against Anna Muirling. Muirling a little frustrated, thought she had tied it up. Instead, she's going to be called for the foul. For Anna, that's her first, second team foul as Ellen Leahy will leave. And Sydney Blake back in. Eagles trail 19-14. They find Blake down in the low post. She dribbles around and then puts it back up, and Sydney Blake has her fourth point. 19-16 as left side comes Katie Myers. Myers finds Trisky. Trisky, who has 2 threes already, she gives it to Gritter. Gritter down low to Muirling. Nice entry pass. Almost poked away. Here's Anna Gritter from about 12 feet. Rolls around and gets the bucket. So Anna Gritter has her first 2 points. And it's a 21-16 Southeastern advantage with 1:04 left to go in this third quarter of play. Dunning, the double team comes. She gets it to Blake. Blake feeds it down low. And going up strong with the basketball is Olivia Kimbrew. She's met by Anna Muirling, and Muirling will commit the personal foul. For Anna, that'll be her second personal. And it will send Olivia Kimbrew to the line, where she's 1 of 2 so far this evening. She has 3 points in the game. 56.3 seconds remain in this third quarter, junior varsity action. And Kimbrew hits the first of 2. Chelsea Maxey back in. Megan Whitty in as Katie Myers and Elena Adedja will depart. For Hamilton Southeastern. Meanwhile, Kimbrew with one more free throw. She is 2 of 3 from the line, but that one's too strong off the back iron, and Megan Whitty has the rebound for Hamilton Southeastern. Front court left side to Muirling. Muirling saved it from going out of bounds. They'll swing it around right side. Gritter for 3. Anna Gritter hits the 3, and it's a 7-point Southeastern advantage. And now traveling called as getting a little out of control with it is Sydney Blake. And the ball goes back to Hamilton Southeastern with 37.5 seconds remaining. 24-17 is the Royals' advantage. Here is Anna Muirling. She knew that was short. As soon as she let go of it, she started following her shot, but the Eagles get the rebound. Dunning, right side to Blake. Blake looking down low. She finds Kimbrew. Kimbrew working on Muirling, goes baseline, taps it out. Siemens' shot from about 12 feet is up and good. Siemens with 4 points. The lead's 5 with 8 seconds remaining. Royals into the front court. Trisky finds Muirling. Muirling, 3-ball, top of the key, no good. Eagles with a rebound, and that'll be the end of the third quarter of play. Hamilton Southeastern will head into the fourth quarter with a 5-point lead as they lead the Lady Eagles from Zionsville 24-19. This is Royals basketball on Royals and Eagles basketball on ASO. 6 minutes left to play in this junior varsity contest. Hamilton Southeastern leads Zionsville 24-19. Anna Gritter with 5 points for the Royals in that third quarter. 4 points for Jessica Siemens for the Eagles. To begin the fourth quarter of play for Hamilton Southeast, Alexa Jenkins, Mariah Trisky, Anna Gritter, Chelsea Maxey, and Megan Whitty. And we'll get Zionsville here in just a moment as they have the basketball. Sydney Blake drives down the middle of the lane, and she's going to be fouled. It'll be Sydney Blake, Olivia Kimbrew, Jessica Siemens, Jody O'Byrne, and Becky Miller. Foul will go against Megan Whitty. That's her second, and Sydney Blake is at the line to shoot pair. Blake's first free throw is good. Blake now with 5 points, and one more on its way. Second free throw is also good. She now has 6, and it's a 3-point Southeastern lead as Megan Whitty gets the inbound, almost stolen away. But Megan into the front court finds Chelsea Maxey. Maxey will lay it up and in. Good job by Hamilton Southeastern breaking the press. For Chelsea Maxey, that's her first 2 points. And the lead is back to 5. Megan Whitty pokes that ball out of bounds. And the Eagles will inbound with Jody O'Byrne from the sideline. O'Byrne finds Becky Miller. She's chased down by Chelsea Maxey. Throws it up top to Blake. Blake guarded by Anna Gritter. Up top to Siemens. That's Mariah Trisky on her. Goes down, tries to find a cutting Jody O'Byrne, and O'Byrne can't handle it. And it goes out of bounds, and it will belong to Hamilton Southeastern. O'Byrne will depart as Tegan Dunning comes in, and for Mariah Trisky, she will be replaced by Kendall Williams. Megan Whitty with the basketball, lays it up for Williams. Williams to Jenkins. Jenkins lays it up and lays it in. Alexa Jenkins with her first 2 points, and the lead's up to 6 for Southeastern with 5:07 remaining in this ball game. Past 2 possessions for the Royals, done a good job getting past the Eagle press. Driving left side of the lane is Jessica Siemens. Her shot's no good. Williams with a rebound. She will give it up to Whitty. Whitty left side, Anna Gritter. This is a 2. That one rims out, no good. Alexa Jenkins with a rebound and the putback. And a timeout is going to be called by Terry Dickerson of Zionsville as he's watched his JV Eagles, who have trailed by just 3 points, now trail by 9 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Hamilton Southeastern leads Zionsville 30-21. We'll be back in just a moment on high school basketball on ASO. Hamilton Southeastern leads Zionsville 30-21. Good evening, everybody. Brian Scott here on Audio Sports Online. Ladies basketball on ASO. Varsity game to follow here after the conclusion of this contest, as the Eagles will have the basketball, and they'll look over a full-court man-to-man press. As getting the ball inbounds, Jessica Siemens, she finds Becky Miller, who gives it right back. Miller now to Sydney Blake. Blake will get it across the timeline into the front court. Almost loses it, poked away, but Jessica Siemens will bring it back for the Eagles. Zionsville trails by 9 with 4:21 remaining. Siemens in the lane, and a blocking foul will be called against Hamilton Southeastern. Jody O'Byrne set to check back in for the Eagles. Foul will go against Kendall Williams. That's her first, but it's the 15th foul against Southeastern. Meanwhile, the Eagles have committed only 2 in the second half. O'Byrne will trigger the inbounds from the baseline for Zionsville. She gets it in. Becky Miller snuck in from behind, and a nice inbounds play results in an easy bucket for the Eagles. They trail 30-23. 4:05 remains in regulation. This is Megan Whitty with the basketball. Megan running the point. She gives it to Anna Gritter, who now has 5 points. Gritter from the free throw line. Off the glass, no good. Tying it up is Chelsea Maxey and Olivia Kimbrew, and the possession error will favor Hamilton Southeastern. So the Royals have the basketball as Megan Whitty will trigger the inbound from the baseline. Whitty looks. She finds Maxey. Maxey has it poked away by Kimbrew, and will keep it down here in the southeastern end. This time Maxey will trigger the inbounds from the baseline, and she gets it to Williams, who throws it back out to Whitty. Whitty left side to Alexa Jenkins. Alexa bounce pass to Gritter, down low to Williams, and Williams made a strong move, just forgot to take the basketball with her. Had the right idea, just didn't squeeze the orange quick enough. And the ball will go back to Zionsville, trailing by 7 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in regulation. Jessica Siemens will give the ball back to O'Byrne, who will give it to Sydney Blake. Sydney with the basketball in the lane, throws it high off the glass, shot no good. Jenkins has the rebound. She loses it because Chelsea Maxey tripped and fell into her, and Megan Whitty and Jessica Siemens tie it up, and the possession error will favor Zionsville. Substitution is Elena Adejuwa will return. She will take over for Chelsea Maxey. Maxey has 2 points. It's a 7-point Southeastern lead. The Eagles have the basketball. They'll throw it out to Becky Miller. Miller in the lane, stops and puts it up and in. Becky Miller now with 8 points. The lead's down to 5 for the Royals. Megan Whitty will race into the front court. Left side Jenkins from 12 feet. She stops and hits. Alexa Jenkins has 6 points, all of them here in the fourth quarter. And as we go the other way, Jessica Seamans hits the bucket. Seamans has 6, and we'll have a timeout on the court with 3:01 remaining in regulation. Hamilton Southeastern leading Zionsville 32-27. This is Royals and Eagles basketball on Audio Sports Online. Thirty-second timeout called with just 1 second before the halfway point in this fourth quarter. 3 minutes, 1 second remain. 32-27. Southeastern with the lead. Royals have done a good job beating the Eagle press here in the second half, especially this fourth quarter. But the Eagles doing a good job getting the ball down low in the blocks and doing a good job off of inbounds plays. Anna Gritter will trigger the inbound against the pressure by Zionsville. She will find Williams to Adejuwa to Katie Myers, who's now in the game for Hamilton Southeastern. Myers right side to Whitty, has it stolen by O'Byrne. Jody with the basketball, and she will travel as looking for somebody to get the basketball to. Drug her foot, and she's called for traveling. Turnover back to Southeastern, up by 5. 2:47 remains in this fourth quarter of play. Katie Myers with the basketball, right side. Dribbles, goes baseline, throws it out, trying to get it over to Megan Whitty, but throws it right into the hands of Jody O'Byrne. O'Byrne will bring it up the sideline, stops, goes to Seaman. Seaman's down low to Kimbrew. Kimbrew, and we'll have a whistle stopping play. And we're going to have a foul called against Southeastern. Foul will go against Megan Whitty. And that's the third personal against Megan, 16 foul. Katie Myers will leave. Anna Muirling back in. Eagles with the basketball as O'Byrne looking for somebody, just beats the 5-second. Tegan Dunning, who just came in, throws up a shot just in front of the free throw line, but it's short, goes out of bounds, and the ball belonged to Hamilton Southeastern. They remain up by 5 at 32-27, 2:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. Muirling to Gritter. Gritter right side to Megan Whitty, and Whitty almost loses it, picks it up, and she is fouled. Looked like it was going to be fouled from behind. Whistle does sound, but it's because head coach Scott Richards of the JV Royals calls a timeout. With 2 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter, Hamilton Southeastern leads Zionsville 32-27. This is Royals basketball and Eagles basketball on Audio Sports Online. Brian Scott back at Hamilton Southeastern High School. The Lady Eagles and the Lady Royals JV action before our varsity contest. And it's Hamilton Southeastern out in front 32-27. Alexa Jenkins, 6 points in this quarter. That constitutes her 6 in the contest. Becky Miller with a couple of easy buckets down low. She has 8 points for the Lady Eagles. Muirling will throw it to Whitty. And Whitty brings it into the front court. Right side, Anna Muirling looking at Adejuwa. Adejuwa comes out on the high post, comes back down low, and she's going to be fouled by Tegan Dunning. Dunning thought she had tied up Elena Adejua, but instead she's going to be called for the personal foul. Well, they're not going to give it to Dunning. They're going to give it to Jody O'Beirne. Really looked like Tegan Dunning was the one that committed the foul, as Adejua misses the first. Elena, tough night so far from the charity stripe. He's only hit one, and now she hits another. She has 4 points, and the lead is 6 points for Hamilton Southeastern with under 2 minutes left to play in the game. Dunning, double team, finds Sydney Blake all alone underneath the basket. Royals have left that baseline unguarded at times in eagerness to commit the double team. Here comes Adejua. She drives right side and gets the easy bucket. Adejua now with 5 points, or 6 points, excuse me. As the Eagles have the basketball, Sydney Blake, this is a 2-foot on the line as Blake hits from long range. It's a 4-point lead for Hamilton Southeastern, and a whistle in the backcourt will stop play. And let's see what we've got here. Officials go. And they are correcting the error we thought earlier. It does not go against Jody O'Beirne. It goes against Tegan Dunning. And Dunning is going to pick up her first personal. So now O'Beirne only has 2. And Hamilton Southeastern has the basketball up by 4. Minute 11. Megan Whitty finds Anna Gritter back up top to Anna Muirling. Man-to-man defense by the Eagles as Anna Gritter gets the basketball down low to Adejua. Nice entry pass, but better defense by Becky Miller to block Adejua and give the ball back to the Eagles. Here's Sydney Blake. She's been hot, but that one rims out. Comes halfway down, comes back out. Anna Muirling with the rebound for Hamilton Southeastern. Gives it to Trisky, back to Anna Gritter. Gritter in the lane, nice bounce pass to Adejua, who sends it back out to Muirling. 37 seconds remain. A 4-point lead. Here is Muirling's 3. That's off the back of the rim. Chasing it down is Sydney Blake and Anna Muirling, and we're going to have a foul called on Anna. Tried for the 3 from the wing. That's probably not what Coach Scott Richards was looking for, because it's her 3rd, but more importantly, it's the 17th foul against Southeastern. That's going to send the Eagles to the line, shooting the 1-and-1, down by 4 with 30.2 seconds remaining. So the Eagles with a chance to put points on the board without time coming off the clock. Coach Richards was probably more looking for the Royals to just be patient with the basketball. They had the lead and time on their side, but Muirling tries for the 3. And the foul is now going to allow the Eagles to shoot some free throws. 30.2 seconds remain. 35-31 is our score, but when we come out of this timeout, it'll be Zionsville shooting the 1-and-1. Crowd starting to make their way here into Hamilton Southeastern for the varsity game. That'll be coming up about 25 minutes after the conclusion of this game. This game has 30.2 seconds remaining on the clock. Brian Scott back at Hamilton Southeastern High School. JV action. Lady Royals of Hamilton Southeastern lead the Lady Eagles 35-31 out of the timeout. It will be Jody O'Beirne, Jessica Seamans, Sydney Blake will be at the line, Olivia Kimbrough, and Becky Miller for the Royals. It will be Elena Adejua, Mariah Trisky, Anna Muirling, Megan Whitty, and Anna Gritter. Blake at the line with a 1-and-1. Free throw is up, hits front iron. She gets the roll. 11 points for Sydney Blake, and of those 11, 7 of them are here in the fourth quarter. As the second free throw is no good. Trisky with a rebound. It's a 3-point lead for the Royals. Trisky finds Muirling. Muirling left side. We have a whistle and a hold's going to be called against Sydney Blake as the Eagles commit the personal foul to stop the clock with 23.9 seconds remaining. 15 foul against Zionsville. And Muirling will trigger the inbounds from the near sideline. She'll throw it to Anna Gritter. Gritter gets the basketball. She's going to be fouled by Olivia Kimbrew. That's Kimbrew's first 16 foul against Zionsville. Just a few tenths of a second come off the clock. 21.8. 35-32 Royals. Here's Gritter. Gritter gets the basketball. Looks, and now she's fouled from behind by Siemens. That's her first. And it's the second against Siemens, and it's the 7th team foul against the Eagles. 17.4 seconds remaining. Anna Gritter at the line for the first time. She has 5 points, and she has hit one from beyond the arc. Gritter's first free throw on the 1-and-1. That's no good. Ball comes into the hands of Becky Miller. Gritter steals it away, anticipating the pass. That'll get a big hand from Coach Scott Richards as Gritter missed the free throw. Becky Miller had the rebound for Zionsville, and Gritter anticipated the pass, and now she's back at the free throw line as the foul goes against Miller. That's her 4th. 8th team foul on Zionsville. Gritter's first free throw, that's short. She gets her own rebound, though, and she's going to have a foul called as Gritter has missed 2 free throws, but she's chased the rebound down on each. The foul goes against Sydney Blake. That's her 3rd, 9th team foul against the Eagles. So Anna getting chances here at the line, and after missing the first 2, she hits that one and gets a big hand from the crowd. It makes it a 2-possession game, 36-32. 11.3 seconds remain. Second free throw, that rims out. Getting the rebound is Kimbrew. Left side, Becky Miller. Miller up the court to Sands. Now she gets it in the hands of Blake. 3 from the corner on its way. That one rims out, and that'll be the final shot of the basketball game as time expires. The Eagles and the Royals JV squad put on an entertaining game, and it's the Lady Royals that come out in front by the score of 36-32. Fans, don't want to go away. Varsity contest coming up in about 20 minutes. Keep it tuned right here to AudioSportsOnline.com.